Okay. Hello, my name is Catherine Foley, and my book Beyond the Breakwater, Memories of Home was published by Mercier Press 2 years ago in April 2018. So to mark that anniversary, I'm going to read every evening now for the next month at about 5 o'clock. And so chapter 1, Games We Used to Play. To get to our street of Lower Newtown from the city centre, you had to pass over the Pill, a small tributary of the River Suir. You'd go up towards the old infirmary and on to the top of John's Hill. Then you turn left onto Percy Terrace and down you came to Lower Newtown. We lived across from Christchurch National School, which we all refer to merely as the Protestant school. Our street was made up of young families mixed in with some elderly neighbours. We played with all the neighbouring children, but especially the Chesters and the Keens. Games always started out in a nice, civilised fashion. If someone had a bit of chalk and a couple of stones, we'd play hopscotch along the footpath. Or if we had 2 small bouncy balls, we'd play a game up against a wall, each of us taking turns to throw the balls against the wall, all the time singing out our verses as quickly as we could in time to the smack of the ball. Dash it, Mrs. Brown, dash it, Mrs. Brown, dashy, 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 dashy it, Mrs. Brown, over Mrs. Brown, over Mrs. Brown, over, 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 over Mrs. Brown, under Mrs. Brown, under Mrs. Brown, and so on. Whoever played had to maintain a certain rhythm and have good hand-eye coordination, moving deftly to catch one ball and throw the other until one of the balls dropped. The rest of us would wait, biding our time until an opening appeared. Then we'd step in quickly for a turn. When it was my turn, I'd jump into the space and have a go. All eyes would watch jealously, waiting to see when or how soon I dropped the balls. When I did, the next girl was ready to push me out. "I'm next!" she'd cry and elbow me away. We had plenty of verses to accompany this game against the wall. Sometimes we'd all sing together like a Greek chorus gathered around the main player. Sometimes the ball juggler alone would recite the lines. "When I am dead and in my grave and all my bones are rotten, these 2 balls will tell you my age when I am quite forgotten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now I'm on my second game." And that was how the day would tick by. There was always an audience when we played with the skipping rope. The group would stand in a tight circle and chant out the rhyme, sometimes clapping out to the beat too in a taut countdown. Everyone counted the successful skips. I look back on those days in Waterford through the zoetrope of time, and I remember how we were, when all you longed to do was to jump into the middle and skip to the growing beat of the pack and the elegant belt of the rope. Teddy bear, tip the ground. Teddy bear, turn all around. Teddy bear, tie your shoe. Teddy bear, I love you. Teddy bear, pick up sticks. Teddy bear, switch off the lights. The stakes were high, the rhyme ruled, and you were sure to trip if you lost the pulse. Breathless, we'd jump with the arc of the rope swinging over us, and with the space underneath our feet getting tighter. As the rope went faster, it slapped down like a metronome against the stones on the road. The most difficult and best part was when a few of us skipped together as one, jumping over the rope and ducking our heads under, our bodies held in together, our feet pulled up as the rope swung over us. When as many of us as could fit, 8 sometimes, or maybe more, all jumped together under the one arc, singing the chant, breathless, the great slap of our feet together on the footpath and the jostling of elbows was magnificent. In Waterford, our streets rang with the drumbeat of half-truths, messages and hidden taboos. Our games were threaded with snippets of adult stories, something that was lightly repeated throughout the country. Even the Clancy brothers with Tommy Makem on an album they recorded in Carnegie Hall in 1963 sang about the chants they used to sing in Carrick-on-Suir as children. Me mother's gone to church. She told me not to play with you because you're in the dirt. It isn't because you're dirty. It's not because you're clean. It's because you have the whoop and cough and eat margarine. Although only children, we in Lower Newtown were cruel sometimes, viscerally caught up in the pack dynamics of our street games. It was out and out war when enmity between one patch and another erupted. One night, after being assailed by a marauding horde from Alphonsus Road, we faced the group down in the laneway behind Percy Terrace, moving as one tribal and territorial unit towards them. Some of us threw stones to repel them. We were living viragos, unafraid and shaking with excitement. It was the same principle as skipping. You couldn't miss the beat. You stepped up when your turn came. My ankle was pumping blood when I got home that evening. When my mother opened the door, I practically fainted into her arms with the excitement and the fright of our skirmish. I still bear the tiny scar from that stone on my ankle today, and it reminds me of how I once was, territorial and driven by the beat of balls and feet and a skipping rope. So that's all for today. So tune in tomorrow about 5 o'clock and I'll read chapter 2. Thanks.